What's up, family? How is everybody? I just wanted to put a little content out there. It's been a little bit, and I apologize about that. I just expected to get on track a little sooner, but when things come up, we can't help it, and my partner has family things going on, and I can't get mad. I can't say anything really. I kind of just giving him some time. I was supposed to meet him yesterday, drive all the way down to his house in Marlboro, and I started heading down there, but I had to grab my meds first, and I started getting real sick. I started getting real woozy, and my head started spinning as soon as I got to CVS, and there was no way I could have made it down there, and the way I started feeling was really not normal, and I almost ended up going to the hospital, to be honest. I really still don't know what happened. It was really weird, and if it happens again, I'm definitely going to, because it was not normal what happened. But so I didn't end up making it down, because we need to get together and talk and devise a plan and stick to that plan and execute it, and we're gonna end up doing that. But when he explained everything that he had coming up this week, it's real important events in his life that have to do with family, and I just said, you know what, we're gonna get together after those things, because those are things that are more important than social media. So I wanted to tell a story, get on here and do a little story time action, to put some content out there, because I know that I still need to continue with this endeavor one way or another. So this is the one way I can do it, is tell my stories and tell stories that have to do with addiction, with recovery. This story is about redemption, humility, forgiveness. I ask God for forgiveness for the things that I've done to people. I've hurt a lot of people in my life, in a lot of ways, not just physically, but I've hurt a lot of people physically. But I've hurt a lot of people mentally. I've hurt a lot of females in my life, not physically. I've never put my hands on a woman, but just for my own satisfaction, for my own ego. So because I ask for forgiveness, I also have to give forgiveness. I can't be one way. I can't be selfish. So when I had a situation, I'm not going to say the person's name, but I am going to say the situation and what happened. But the kid ended up redeeming himself as much as he could. You are accountable for your actions. I mean, no matter how fucked up you are and the things that you do in your life, you are accountable for them. So people are still going to judge you by your actions. But when people make a real attempt to change their lives, you have to give them a fair chance. You know what I mean? Even if they've fucked you over in one way or another. And this kid fucked me over. And I used to take care of him pretty well, because guys know who are in the joint with me, when I had it going on. I tried to take care of everybody, because I had it pretty good. And I say I had it pretty good, but I wasn't Nino Brown. You know what I mean? I had it good enough where I could look out for guys, but also I had to pay the piper. You know what I mean? I had to take care of the person who was taking care of me. I had a certain quota. I had to give her $1,000 a month. So I had to make that, which isn't as easy as you would think, getting 90 strips a month. But most of the time, if I didn't bring it in myself, I only got half of that, so I was only getting 45. But living off of 45 strips a month, you can live pretty good, and you can live comfortably. So, whatever it took to pay her, selling 5-packs, I did. You know what I mean? And I would usually just do that, and get hounded all month about doing it. But this person, you know, I had a freeze on my account as soon as I got upstate. I got a couple dirty errands in Concord, just because wherever I go, I'm a hot box, and I just get hounded by cops, and I'm not a rat. So I just take, you know, I'm somebody who will continue to take the punishment of being who I am, and I'm never gonna go that route to get out of it. You know what I mean? What people do. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of getting lugged. I'm tired of fucking losing my visits, because every dirty urine you lose your visits for 90 days. It's a horrible ticket. It's one of the worst tickets in state prison, because you lose your fucking contact visits for 6 months. They'll take your visits for 90 days. It's $144 fine every time. So, and then it adds up. The first one's $144, the second one's double, it's $288, and then the third one's $432. And then the fourth one, it just keeps quadrupling at $432. So it keeps adding up. So after your third dirty urn, which I had fucking probably 20 or 30, it keeps, every one is $432 added on to the freeze in your account. So it got so high I couldn't pay it. So I had already had like 6 before I got sentenced. And I thought when I got sentenced they were going to forgive that. And they didn't. As soon as I got sentenced, boom, that restitution was still there. I owed thousands of dollars. So I couldn't just order canteen. So I had to put it in other people's accounts. So I had to try to find people I can trust to do it. It got to a point where I had to start putting it in black people's accounts, because I couldn't trust the white guys, and that's fucking horrible. In Concord, I started putting it in, the fuck's the dude's name? He's from Columbia Road. He's one of the head dudes on Mass Ave that supplies everybody. I know his government from putting money in his account. JR. I have to put money in JR's account, because that was my guy. When he used to get to Boston, he'd come to me and break it down into quarters and fucking halves, and because sometimes he'd get it by powder. He'd get a whole fucking ball of powder and say, hey, and he would trust me to break it down for him and say, what's a quarter, what's a half, and I would judge it and do that for him. And you know what's crazy is something really bad happened with us, between us two on the street. And I went up to him and I said, hey, I'm sorry. Fucking, it is what it is. I didn't know. Somebody set me up to set up whatever happened between me and a family member. And I apologized man to man. I went right to him, because dude's like, he's gonna try to kill you. I'm like, I'm not afraid of nobody. So I went to him. And he's like, who are you? And I'm like, what do you mean, who am I? Who am I? What the fuck you mean, who am I? It's fucking John from West Down. From West Up, I mean. Who else was on the tier? Fucking True, Storm, fucking started naming off black dudes that were on that tier. Storm was there, the fucking legend. Storm, True, another legend. And he liked to act like he didn't remember me, but it threw me a couple 20s. It's like, you remember me, so why are you acting like you don't remember me? I just put money in your account. A funny story happened. They called me for a urine one day, and this is when I had money in JR's account. So they called me for a urine to Concord in the B building. Now people know that who've been to Concord. They call you to the B building. It's the red door. So they called me, and I had already pissed. So they have me waiting there, right, for a while, for like 20 minutes, and I'm like, fuck this. I'm like, I'm fucking out of here. So the Ips just have me sitting there waiting, right? And I'm like, I'm taking off. And I bounced. I took off. I knocked on the window and was like, I'm going back. All right. They sent me back. acting like the Ips just sent me back, and they believed me. And they let me go back fucking to my unit. But I didn't go back to my unit. I started running around the whole Concord looking for Suboxone. And I knew I had money in JR's account, and I could just tell him to take it out of my canteen bag. I had a full 85 bag. I had like $200 in his account. So I was running around. They were chasing me around, fucking looking for everywhere, couldn't find me. And finally they locked down the whole joint looking for me, and had to do a count because I was out of place. It was crazy. Yeah, it was, dude, everyone was like, you're fucking nuts, dude. Who the fuck does that? Even the Ips were like, that was crazy. What the fuck's wrong with you? Who the fuck takes off from the Ips after they give a dirty urine? I'm like, who leaves someone there after they give a dirty urine? That's your fault. And they're like, oh, we hear you. Fucking gave me an extra 10 days in the hole for it. I did 10 days for a dirty urine, 10 days for out of place. So, I did end up fighting Suboxone, but I found JR. And JR was trying to help me cop. He was going up to dudes like, hey, he's got X amount of dollars in my account. I can vouch for him, this and that. So I went through so many things with JR that there's no way you ain't gonna know who I am. Like, I wasn't just an ordinary white dude to you. Me and you we were more than cool. So anyways, let's go to the freezes, the dirty urines. Now I'm up the max. I'm in N2. We're in N2 up the max, and this kid's there. He's just a little kind of he really don't got money like that. So I was putting money in his account, and he had wellies. So I sold down his wellies from now to Kingdom Come. Like, I want those wellies every day, even if whatever. If he was on E, if he was sick, I'd get him off E. You know what I mean? I wouldn't leave him sick. Like, even if he still owed me wellies, and he was sick, and it's like he didn't have no money to pay to get off E, but he had, well, and I'm like, dude, don't worry about it, I got you. I would still get him off E. And I had like $175 in his account, and my mother had sent another 75, so that's $250 right there. And he owed me like fucking, I don't know, fucking 150, who knows, like say $75 in wellies, but it still would have been forever. I still would have kept selling them up. So he owed me well over 300 bucks, and it was still $75 in the year, but that was included in that. And it was canteen day, so he went to get his canteen. So I'm like, go get your canteen, and he was like mad fucking nervous, like didn't want to go get his bag. And I'm like, go get your fucking bag, bro. And he went to get the bag, and the shit was like empty, bro. Empty. Here I am with fucking almost $200 in the kid's account, and the fucking bag had like $15 in food in it. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck is going on? This is crazy. Yo, what's up? Go get a printout. Now you can go to the caseworkers there and get a printout in your account to see all the money you've got and what's in there now, and if any's got sent out and what's got spent. You know what I mean? You got a whole fucking documentation of your money. So if you go get a printout, so it made him go get a printout, and it showed that he had sent like $100 here, $100 there. So we went to find out like whose addresses they were, and they were dudes on the block. This dude had sent mad money out to buy Suboxone on the block. Here I am getting them off E every day. And this dude was taking my envelopes, right, with my mother's address on it, because my mother is, you gotta address the envelope. So like, say he was getting money, which was actually my money, they put the money on the envelope. So he was going to Spanish dudes and showing that he just got money, which was my money, and buying Suboxone with my money, dude. And once we found out, we're sitting there, it's me, him, and the friend, was a friend of mine at the time, Richie Gardner. And I'm like, yo, you really fucking spent my money on Suboxone and sent this to Spanish dudes? And fucking, so I didn't just want to hit him. I wanted to take his fucking head off. So I turned my right foot. Like, I wish I was standing so I could show you. So I could, like, turn my hip to really put everything into it. And I think he caught it. And I went to fucking swing and take his fucking head off. and he fucking just ducked. It just missed him. And he fucking took off. He ran behind the desk, bro. And I chased him to the desk. And I'm like fucking on top of the desk, like, and the cops, it was all cool cops, and then two at the time. If guys who remember, and two at that time, Latwell, Kendall, fucking, I forget who else. All cool cops. They were like, you can't fucking do this. Any other cops would have froze it up. And it was time to lock in. And Richie grabbed me and was like, dude, just come on. He was my cellmate. Like, we'll just get him at fucking lunch. We'll get him when we come out. And I'm like, alright, I got you, motherfucker. Like, you're done. You're fucking done. I'm gonna fucking eat you up, motherfucker. And fucking, like, he stayed behind the desk until we locked in. I'm like, you're such a bitch, dude. You're fucking done. And I should have known. Like, anyone who knows, like, what's up, knows what happened next. Before we even come out, so now it's count time. This was morning rec. Now, count time at 11. What do you think happens? He checks in. Fucking, I never got a chance to get him. The motherfucker checked in. So then, fast forward, like, say, like a month later, I'm getting lugged. Now, they give you cellmates up fucking in the max, in the hole. Like, there's a couple cells that they have cellmates. Like, you'll end up with cellmates. So now they never fucking, you know, like, wrote a ticket that we were, I don't know, he never fucking claimed me as an enemy. I don't know what happened. So they were like, we're putting you in with Doyle. I'm like, yes, let's go. Let's fucking go, kid. Now everyone on the tier is like, yo, what's up, John? They're like, what cell you going in? I'm like, I'm going in with Doyle right now. They're like, oh yeah, fucking, so everyone knows the time it is. I'm like, yeah, that's it. What's up, fucking? So I don't say nothing, but fucking dudes know what time it is. Everyone knows what time it is. Everyone knows what this motherfucker did. Now, fucking this motherfucker. Oh shit, I just said his name. Oh shit. Oh well. It is what it is. I'm gonna say the redemption at the end. So he refused. He refused to sell. He refused to cuff up. So fucking, I end up putting me in a cell, 2 cells down. He's like, I promise I'll send the money, I'll do this. I'm like, dude, you owe me almost $300. Like, this is fucked up. You're fucked up. I don't even want to say the words that I called him. I called him some fucking names. And like, this was a dude I really wanted to get my fucking hands on. I was gonna fucking hurt him. And now this is when I was a different person. Obviously, had a different mentality. I was a different person. I was in state prison. This is when I was a very violent person. Like, I really wanted to hurt people. And it is what it is. So, fast forward, something else happened out of that. We took his TV, we took everything that he had, and now the Ips came to the block. The fucking Ip, the fuck was his name? I could picture him in my head. Shepard. And some funny shit happened there, which it wasn't him. They knew right where the shit was, which is because of someone else on the block, which happened to be the dude who grabbed me. Which some funny shit happened there. I ended up getting caught with fucking 18 strips, a knife, a bunch of Johnnies, something crazy, which had nothing to do with him. They came in looking for his shit, but it was someone else on the block, very close to me, that told. But that's another story that I'll get into, because that's a fucked up thing that I know for a fact. I know who told, and it's just fucked up that someone that close did that to me. But we're gonna fast forward. That was in like 2012. That was a long time ago. So now I really held a resentment towards this person. Now, I haven't seen or heard anything about this person, and really I didn't give much thought to him. And I seen him comment recently on a Facebook post. So I ripped into him. You fucking PC, you fucking, I don't you pay your fucking bills, you fucking maggot, da da. And he's like, why would you wait this long to say something? I changed my life, I'm not like that anymore. Blah, blah, blah. And a part of me, it just, I wasn't that angry anymore. when I could hear it in him, and it hit that part of me that actually cares now for people in recovery, and could see that he generally wanted, he said, send a Cash App tag. I want to make this right. I want to make that right. I'm sorry about what I did. I was wrong. Da 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 da. And I'm like, listen, I'm doing this GoFundMe. I'll send you the link. Send 200, and we're good. And then I'll believe that you're making an effort. And he did it right away. So we started talking after that, and he's like, listen, I'm down the Cape. I work in the field. I'm helping people. You know, I'm not that person I wasn't. I said, listen, you know, I shouldn't have came at you like that, which I did, and that's normally how I'm going to come at a situation like that. But that's out of anger. That's out of what you did. You are accountable for the things you did. You know, you can't go back in time and change things. But what you're doing now, I'm for that. I'm for that. And you know what? I forgive you. I forgive you. I'm proud of what you're doing. I see that you are making an attempt and changing. And I humbled myself, and he humbled himself. And in my eyes, he redeemed himself. You know, to the point that he could. You can't go back and take back certain things, but obviously that was something in his life that I would imagine maybe bothers him. I don't know if it keeps him up at night. It would keep me up at night, but I don't know. That's neither here nor there. That's the past. I mean, you can only really, you can't dwell. I guess you really can't dwell on those things. You can't. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's done. It's over with. I hope he's focusing on the future. I can see that he is, and it looks like he's really doing well, and he really is doing what he says he's doing, and I like to see that. I like to see success stories. You know, I'm glad to see that he is doing what he's doing, and that when I reached out to him, it wasn't like, oh, fuck yourself, or da 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 da. You know what I mean? It's better that way, isn't it? You know what I mean? Anyone who made it this far, like, isn't it good to hear something like that their story turned out the way it did, instead of like me saying like some kid got fresh from 15, something that happened 15 years ago. It's another success story in recovery, and that's what we like to hear. And I don't know what it was in his life that led to that, but I'm glad that it happened. I don't know what made him hit his bottom, but I'm glad to see success, because you know, too many people are dying. You know, we talked to Frankie Laporta today, and it just makes me think of Jay, and how Jay was doing so good, man, and he was fucking reaching out every day. I'm sober, I'm doing good, and he was such a fucking good kid. He was such a loyal kid. I mean, there's so many fucking piece of shits out there that are like just still alive, and like they're just poisons to fucking society. But Jay wasn't one of those. Jay was a good fucking kid. He was a loyal friend. You know, if you were a friend of Jay's, like he would ride or die for you. And he's gone. He's gone. One bad decision, he's gone. And that's what this shit does to you. That's what fentanyl does. You know, I just hope the people out there that make those choices today, like, really think about it. Think about why am I doing this? Why am I continuing to use? What am I doing this for? Is it because I really want to keep getting high? Or is it because there's something inside of me that I'm trying to fill? You know what I mean? That I could fill with something else. You know what I mean? That you could fill with connection. That you can fill with family. You know what I mean? Because that's what I fill it with. I don't have a need to fill those voids anymore. And if you're struggling, you can reach out to me. My email is on my my Instagram link tree. reach out. Reach out. I'll be there to DM you. Someone just reached out to me on someone I really don't know, but we know of each other. But he knows I know who he is just from being around for a long time, and he definitely knows who I am. He felt comfortable enough to reach out to me on TikTok, and I talked him out of something that he was feeling really messed up about. And I felt so good that someone felt like they can reach out to me. And I hope that anyone out there, this is why I do this. I'm available for people. I want to help people. I don't just do this just for social media fucking shit. I want as many people to follow me as possible, so as many people can hear my message. Because I know I have a good message, and I know that I speak in a way that people can relate to. You know what I mean? People can relate to me because I'm real. Because I lived it. I was a bottom of the barrel drug addict. I've been to places that, you know, I've been to bad places, and I, you know, and I wasn't a fucking fish in those places. I was a shark. You know what I mean? I wasn't just some lame. I was a shark. I was a little fucking 5'8", 100 fucking 60-pound kid. Went in and just didn't give a fuck. And I did what I had to do because that's how to get in. That's how you get it in. Fucking. That's how you know, you make sure that no one's gonna fucking make sure that you're prey. You know what I mean? I made sure that no one's gonna get the idea that I'm prey. You know what I mean? Because I ain't no fish. Like, you ever see the movie Death Water, when the new guys come in and they call them fish, and they see the Sandman and they're like, "Nah, man, that ain't no fish, man. That's the Sandman." If I come in a block, you know that ain't no fish. That's John. You know what I'm saying? But they don't stand for nothing out here. But it's I still stand on business out here, and I show my kids that how to stand up for themselves and not to be a doormat in society, because that's no way to fucking live neither. You know what I mean? There's no way to live, to let people walk all over you, because they'll do it forever. And I try to tell my daughter that. You let people walk on you now, that's how people are going to treat you forever. People only treat you the way that you allow them to. And it's going to continue to happen for the rest of your life. So, that's a little nugget for people that, I don't know, aren't really adept at being aggressive and sticking up for themselves. If you don't start now, people are going to walk all over you. And it's just not a matter of beating people up and stuff. It's just a matter of standing your ground in life, you know, because people are fucking bullies. People are bullies, and they like to do it anywhere. At work, at anywhere. Look at Channel 7. I don't know if anyone ever used to watch the Today Show. What they did to the chick Ann Curry. They bullied her off the show. Matt Lauer and fucking Savannah Guthrie and all that. They were bullying. This is 40, 50-year-old fucking grown adults still being bullies. There are bullies everywhere. Okay? And that's nothing I fucking can't stand more than, well, not just, there's a lot of people that I dislike in this world. Bullies are one of them. Okay? So I don't want to keep going anymore. This was a long video. But I made my point about redemption and forgiveness and humility. And I hope that people get it and understand what I mean. Okay? And I'm not just talking nonsense. And that I made a little sense to somebody out there. Have a good day. Hard time, real talk. We out. Peace.